This is the 8bitdo Ultimate 2. This is the successor to the previously launched 2C, and it's an upgrade in a couple ways. They did exactly what I thought they would do and exactly what I thought they should do. And they kept the 2C the same, but they added trigger locks and back buttons. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a quick first impression as well as a comparison to the previous released 2C, what makes it different, what makes it similar, and yeah, I'll have a full review out later, but yeah, I just wanted to give a quick first impressions. Alright, so to start, the ergonomics are basically the exact same as the Ultimate 2C. Obviously you've got the paddles on the back and the trigger locks, so these are kind of the two, I would say, biggest differences in hand. And it also comes with a dock, so this is about twice the price as the 2C. And do you think you're getting twice the value? Well, that's really what we're going to be trying to find out here. Alright, so first impressions, again, just going to kind of go over the look and feel of this one. So as you can see, there's some pretty key differences. I know this is the Wukong version, but yeah, you can imagine if this was the same color. The only real visual differences are the RGB rings, the RGB, or just the light ring around the home button, as well as the face button colors. Around back, you can see here that we've got these two back paddles, and on this we don't have any paddles, and we've also got the trigger locks here, and we don't have anything on here. So I know a lot of people are curious about the trigger locks and the sound. So one thing I do want to say is these are more of a tactile click rather than a mechanical click. So as you can hear, it's not really a mechanical click. It feels more like a tack switch. I'll put it up to the mic. So that's what this sounds like. And then we have the shoulder buttons, which are, I would say, the exact same from the 2C. These sound a little bit clickier. So there's actually less travel distance on the extra bumper than there is on the trigger. There is a little tiny bit of travel distance, but it feels pretty natural. And obviously if you turn this off, you've got the full stop. So this feels pretty good. I really like the placement of the lock, and then the back button feels like it's a very similar switch to the shoulder as well. Again, I don't think any of these are mechanical. They feel like they're a tack switch, but overall they feel pretty good. So coming around to the front, you can obviously see that the RGB rings are the biggest difference. So one thing to note on the 2C is that it's got the metal shaft over here, and then it's got the anti-friction ring, so it slides along and it's very, very smooth. One thing on this one is it also has a metal shaft, but since these are RGB rings, I must say that they are a little bit more rough to go around. It's not a deal breaker or anything than me, but I would say that the 2C sticks with the anti-friction ring are definitely smoother. Like immediately you can feel. It's one of the first things that popped out to me. Other than that, most of it is relatively the same. I guess some of the key differences are, you can see that these buttons over here, so the plus and the minus button, they feel like they're a little bit easier to click on the Ultimate 2, so they're a little bit clickier, they're a little bit mushier here. Not a big deal. The face buttons are the exact same, the D-pad's the exact same. These extra buttons over here are the exact same, kind of the turbo and mapping button. Although I will say that mapping is a little bit easier on the 2C if you want to do it on the fly. Maybe it's an issue, but I can't seem to use the same combination. So on this one, I don't remember exactly what it is. I think you hold the button you want to map this and then the button you want to map to it. Or some combination of it. I remember trying the exact same combination on this, all different versions of it, especially what it says in the manual, and I couldn't get it to map properly. I had to do it through the software, which isn't a big deal because I don't map stuff on the fly. And there's also profiles, so again, not a big deal, but I must say that I was expecting it to be as seamless. The D-pad's the exact same, so I've put a lot of time into using this controller, and I really, really like this D-pad. I know some people don't like it. It's kind of like a tactile, mushy. It feels really great, especially if it's a main input. And the thumbsticks, I remember I said in my review that I wasn't the biggest fan of these thumbsticks because they're pretty slick. They do have this texture here. It's the exact same deal with these ones. I've kind of come around a little bit. They're not that bad because they have this lip that you can put onto, but yeah, I still recommend putting some sort of thumbstick caps on top. Alright, so jumping around to the face buttons, they feel the exact same. These are not mechanical. These are just a simple membrane. I actually find that these are kind of better than standard mechanical. They feel pretty good. The extra bumpers feel pretty good. They're very tactile. The bumpers are also very tactile. I think they're a little bit more tactile in this than the 2C, but either way, again, just to kind of round up my first impressions, I think this is a very premium feeling controller. The RGB looks great, the dock is really great to use, and I would say that it's basically just got trigger locks and extra back buttons. So if you're satisfied with the performance on this controller, then I would say just stick with it. If you're looking for the extra convenience of the charging dock and the back buttons and the trigger locks, it's not a bad idea to upgrade to this. This truly feels like their flagship controller. Definitely need a little bit more testing. I know the sticks are supposedly better in this one, but yeah, I was playing some more casual games that I think the sticks kind of feel the exact same. The ergonomics are the exact same, so again, for smaller hands, these are going to be great. If you have bigger hands, you might have a bit of an issue, so this is closer to like a Switch Pro style controller. But again, I would say really the only differences are those trigger locks and the back buttons. Virtually every other component on the controller feels the exact same, aside from those anti-friction rings, that difference that I'd mentioned. But yeah, that's pretty much all for these first impressions. Again, just wanted to go over the look and feel. I think this is going to be a great controller, and yeah, I kind of wish I waited to get the Ultimate 2, because I don't really feel like I'm going to be using this all that much. Although this is a really cool like display piece. I think this design looks sick, but like after having this, yeah, I don't know. It's got the extra back buttons and the trigger lock, so I think I'm just going to main this. But again, need some more time testing, but wanted to give you guys a quick first impression. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, if you have any other questions, and if you want to see anything else in the review that maybe I didn't touch on here. Thanks, see ya.